Hi, I'm John Feldt, founder of Blue Water Outlook. Looks like a quiet week across most of the U.S. Unfortunately, this means that there will be little, if any, relief from the widespread drought. For an update on water resources across the nation, stay tuned to this week's edition of the Weekly Water Outlook.
Let's start off with today's briefing with the percent of normal rainfall for last week. And what you see here is sort of a mishmash of rainfall. The blues are above normal rainfall and the reds are below normal rainfall. And as you might suspect, in a summertime pattern where we have scattered precipitation, no rhyme or reason really to where we see these above normal or below normal. Now, about the only pattern that we do see is the Pacific Northwest in California, that we've received well below normal rainfall over the last week. In fact, much of that region's received very little, if any, rainfall. Now, the big story for quite some time now has been the drought, and this is a U.S. drought monitor. We can see how widespread the drought really is across the nation. The vast majority of the nation is currently in some degree of drought, with yellow and browns, the more minor or moderate, and then the reds and maroon, the extreme or the exceptional drought. We do see exceptional drought over parts of Kansas, Nebraska, Illinois, Mississippi River Valley, and then persistently across parts of Georgia. As you might expect, Streamflow has also been very low. This is from the USGS, and we see well below normal streamflow over the mid part of the U.S. and parts of the southeast U.S. You might remember hearing that the Mississippi River, there's some problems with barge traffic due to very low flows, and we've been seeing historic low flows over parts of Georgia on the Flint River as well. So because of that lack of rain over a long period of time, we're seeing very low stream flows as well. So what's the pattern this week that we're expecting? Well, high pressure is expected to build in the west, and that's going to pretty much once again cut off rainfall and keep temperatures very warm. We expect very little rainfall in that area under that high. We do see the jet stream moving across the upper tier of the U.S. and then dipping a little bit over the northeast U.S. and the mid-Atlantic region. We see some very weak little impulses moving along that flow. Anywhere along that jet stream and north, there could be some scattered rainfall, but it doesn't look all that significant right now. There's just not a lot of moisture. These systems are very weak and not a whole lot at all. So the trends we see this week, we see two areas of no rain at all, or very little rain. We see that across parts of Texas, and then we also see that in the Pacific Northwest and a large part of California. In fact, the area I've put in red here, shaded to that red line, very little rain at all, so it looks pretty quiet. With that upper flow, there could be some scattered showers and storms over parts of the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes. Nothing all that impressive, but some light precipitation. And then as we've seen the last couple of weeks, some scattered thunderstorms over the southeast U.S., but I think these are going to be hit or miss type thunderstorms. Some areas will get a welcome rainfall. Other areas will receive very little rainfall at all. The Weather Service is calling for threats over the next couple of weeks. Next week, actually, it looks like pretty much heat and drought. There are some areas of heavy rain, and we're going to have a lot of tropical deep-seated moisture, so there could be some heavier rain over the southeast U.S., but for the most part, the hazards or the threats over the next week are going to be low flow, lack of rain, heat, and once again, drought. So the takeaway points from the weekly water outlook: drought remains the top story, continued increase in soil moisture deficits and drought impacts. We do expect scattered storms in the southeast U.S., but a variable impact as they will be hit or miss. Keep in mind that this is flash flood season, so any one of these storms could produce locally heavy rain, and there is no tropical development expected throughout the week. Thanks for listening to the Weekly Water Outlook. If you would like detailed information on water resources throughout the week, including an analysis of any rainfall events, updates on the tropical season, and outlooks for water resources, consider subscribing to the Weekly Water. Thanks for listening to the Weekly Water Outlook. If you would like detailed information on water resources throughout the week, including an analysis of rainfall events, updates on tropical season, and outlooks for water resources, consider subscribing to the Blue Water Outlook stream. You can subscribe at bluewateroutlook.com.